Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're here to talk about the truth about the first ever rival day in NBA 2K21 Next Gen. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub. If you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try to 1 to 800 likes in the first 24 hours. And first and foremost, we're going to talk about in this video is the controversy behind all this and talk about the bracket. So as you can see right here, we have the pretty much overall bracket. So essentially what I want to start us off with is to talk about how Rival Day had two different segments of it. There was the first day on Saturday, which was Rival Day Conquest, which is pretty much to determine seeding. So that's why the Beast of the East ended up at number 1, West is at 4, North is at 2, South is at 3. So I'm trying to go into this video explaining to anybody who might not even have Next Gen to make this at least interesting and entertaining for y'all. So understand if you know all this stuff already, I'm just kind of laying it out there for anybody who doesn't know about this in the first place. But the Rival Day Conquest, the first round of it, was essentially a popularity contest, like I said. That's why the Beast of the East finished in the first seed, and that's why they got this cake matchup right here. All right, so next we have the championship, which, like I said, was 2 versus 3, 1 versus 4, and how this started off with was North side able to play the South, essentially, right? So essentially, this was the first matchup. This already finalized. This was the final score. Lock it in just like that. Now, what ended up happening was a little bit of a glitch when it comes to the Beast of the East and the West. So when this little event was supposed to be going on, it was only the East and the West that was supposed to be allowed in the event center. Essentially, there was still other reps that were allowed in. Now, it didn't affect their score, like as in the North didn't get any extra score, the South didn't get any extra score, but the Beast of the East were still allowed to play people like the North and the South. So that's why it remained essentially a popularity contest when it comes to this whole situation right here. And West got completely screwed over by that because straight up, it should have been strictly people from the East can play West and strictly people from the West can play East. And just like that, it's a gap of skill rather than popularity. All right, so now for the main matchup, we got the Beast of the East and the Northside Knights. Now where the drama started in this entire situation is the people in the Beast of the East, especially on the PlayStation 5 side, were complaining they couldn't get games consistently. We're waiting for almost an hour in the first place, and we're talking about getting error coded, unable to join, etc., stuff like that, when really the error codes and the unable to join were happening for everybody. That's not just a secluded, specific Beast of the East problem. Now, as far as the wait times on the games, I want you guys to understand, again, in previous rival days where it was Old Town, Sunset, Rivet City, all types of stuff like that, it was the popularity contest. The most popular affiliation is going to win because they get the most games, which leads to the most wins. So understand, of this situation right here where these two affiliations are playing each other, there were 33,307 games. Now, whoever ended up with the most wins of those 33,307 games was the winner of the rival day. Now, I want to explain to you guys the long wait times and stuff like that, etc., stuff like that. So essentially, Beast of the East PS5 dominates that side of the console. Like, Beast of the East is 100%, I would say it's probably 70% owned as far as the population of the PS5 like affiliation, if you will. So when it comes to you trying to get games, you have to sit there and specifically wait for a north side opponent every single game. Now, I understand that's not very convenient when it comes to your playing enjoyment and your pleasure of playing the game itself. But as far as an actual fair, skill-based final rather than a popularity contest, that's just how it has to go. You guys have to understand that. And honestly, when it comes to the long wait times, I do understand it. It can be a huge inconvenience, especially for, you know, such disparity when it comes to the PS5 side where it's all Beast of the East. Whereas Xbox is pretty balanced when it comes to the North side and East. I will say though, when it comes to the South and the West, it is pretty depleted and pretty depressing when you look at all, like, you know, the disparity between the affiliations. So I do think 2K should incentivize people to joining these affiliations and actually create some balance between these. Because I gotta say, guys, like, if you aren't watching this stuff and you're not like actually playing the next gen stuff for yourself, I gotta let you guys know this was 100% a very interesting thing in the community, and it had a lot of people hyped. Like, I'm gonna pop on some screenshots right here throughout the whole community from, like, I think Clutch, Solo, Power, all the North side guys on the Xbox side. This really did look like some Rivet City versus Sunset type rivalry, and I honestly think this is gonna be fire as far as like building this for the future. Now, I do think 2K, if you want to get into something like this, keep these affiliations and build this stuff. Build the rivalries. Make it so we can get more rep for playing against each other rather than always having to play our specific exact same affiliation every single time for the rep. There's no reason that you should have a rep penalty for playing in somebody else's like park or side of the city, if you will. But anyway, so now I'm gonna take you guys to my gameplay as far as this stuff goes. I hope you guys enjoyed and understood the whole explanation on how this rival day stuff went in the first place, and explain how pretty much the search system works, and how if you're on the PS5 side, especially the Beast of the East, you are kind of at a not disadvantage, but it's going to be a little bit annoying for you. That's essentially how this all works. It has to work like that in the matchmaking process, or else it's just a popularity contest. That's literally just how it goes. Now, I was trying to get a piece of this. I didn't really play too much of this in the first place, and I just loaded this up with randoms with 15 minutes left to go because I saw we were low-key on the cusp of winning, and I'm not gonna lie, I could have sold my affiliation pretty bad if this ended up being the game that decided this. So you're gonna see the gameplay that we're talking. Like I said, I played with randoms. Like, I literally just loaded in here with whoever I was gonna match up with, and you can see this is low-key. Like, these people were communicating. They had like similar gamer tags, so that obviously means they were squatted up. They obviously All-Star 4, All-Star 1, All-Star 2, 98, 98, 94 overall, etc. Right now, you're gonna see my team. All right, these guys are some legends. Okay, you can put some respect on their name. Shout out to this dude Mayor, bro. This dude Mayor is an absolute legend. 85 overall, Pro 1. And then at the 2, we got JK Forever Season 424. Again, I don't know these guys at all. All-Star 3 though, so low-key wasn't really that bad. You can see he's averaging 3.8 points per game though. I don't really know how that becomes a thing. I guess he's probably more of a role player himself as well. And I'm not gonna lie, I did my thing as far as role playing. Now, I'm gonna commentate this game strictly. I hope y'all enjoyed, like I said, the explanation on how the rival day stuff went down, and I'm really looking forward to it in the future. Now, you're gonna see this dude Mayor. Like, I'm over here thinking this dude's gonna be a bot all game. I'm like, oh no, bro, what did I get myself into? Like, and then I was low-key worried. Like I said, I was gonna sell my affiliation really short by, you know, coming in here with randoms and kind of putting myself in a bad situation where we're probably gonna lose the game. But I gotta say, man, this game was straight fire. So you can see help off me. I throw it to my man Mayor, and this dude was over here shooting the lights out. We're gonna go ahead and show you guys, like I said, the whole gameplay. This is about 7 minutes long, so I hope y'all enjoy the video. If you made it to this point in the video, put steel in the comments to show that you made it to this point. Now, you're gonna see this right here, some elite inbound defense right there with the Hall of Fame interceptor. You can see I get the tip, and then I make it go off of that guy right there on the inbound, and it goes out of bounds, and just like that, we get the steal. Now, I didn't get that statistically as far as the steal goes, and you can see right there, me and the guy at the 2, we both cut at the exact same time. So just again, we're not even talking in the party, we're not communicating or anything like that. We're probably playing against people who are communicating in all likelihood. So in all the situation, it requires a whole lot of like focus from my end. I'm really trying my best to be a good distributor in that sense as well, and really make sure I'm playing a good role. I'm not trying to be in the way too much because I know how this stuff goes. If I'm trying to force my will and play like I normally would when it comes to the pick and roll aspect and like trying to make all that stuff work, it doesn't work with the randoms. I already know that stuff. Like, it's got to be the free flowing offense where there's really no rhyme or reason to it. And you're gonna see, boom, I get 2 O boards on this possession right here. Kick out to my man at the 2 again, and he's gonna brick this one as well. But it's all good. Unfortunately, we end up not even getting points out of that possession. I really don't know how. I mean, we got 3 shot attempts in the first place with that. And then you're going to see right here, he outruns me to the wing. I try and go for the jump, and he gets a 3 off. And just like that, they're up 5-3. Now, for anybody who hasn't played the 3v3 stuff, if you guys know how this works, I mean, 3 hunting is pretty much the name of the game. 3-pointers rule 3v3. It's always been like that, and it's even more heavily like that this year. Now, you're going to see he low-key gets kind of bailed out on the passing lane right there. Fortunately, we get the 2-point shot to go in. And again, I just want anybody who's watching this gameplay to understand. I understand I'm probably like one of the higher skill level people in this game as far as like the people in this gameplay right now. I'm not talking like in the entire game, even though you can make the case for that. But either way, trying to stay at home, not give up the 3. I want you guys to understand there's a lot of stuff when it comes to this game that I was trying to stay really conservative with and not really like force my will and force my play style upon these guys, because I already know it's gonna be a lot of like kind of interacting and just clashing of the play styles, where the guy at the 2 probably wants to play exactly like how I want to. The guy at the 1 probably isn't the most experienced player and really not like the most skilled in general. So if they throw me the ball, I'm gonna try to do my best with it. If they, you know, are not giving me the ball, I'm gonna try my best to crash the offensive rebounds and make my impact in that way. Now look at this, bro. We are 2 for 8 right now, and we're only down by 2. Honestly, very good situation to be in the first place. Like I said, we have that phantom steal that doesn't show up in the stats, but it was something that I got on the inbound right there. And you're gonna see I'm over here gonna make a lot of playmaking plays. Like, I'm gonna be a distributor in this sense, and honestly, I gotta trust my teammates to be able to hit. So go off the little phantom pick and pop right there. He didn't really set any picks, but I just drive off of it, and I already knew the attention was going to be pretty heavy on the drive. Boom, just like that. My man Mayor is over here hitting the 3s. Don't leave this man, bro. Now, you're going to see low-key great defensive communication and understanding from my guy over there. Again, he's an all-star 3. I shouldn't sell him short in too much of that regard, because obviously he knows his thing as far as playing switch defense, and he's able to do his thing right there. Get the rebound, shot contest was pretty good right there. Now, again, I'm in my distributor mode right here. The lock takeover goes absolutely crazy when it comes to chase down, but fortunately I was able to get the O board. I'm floating around for the standing lob, but again, I kind of forget these guys don't really know about all the mechanics in that regard. So now we're 3 for 10, bro. It's looking pretty bad as far as our efficiency goes. Now, we're going to start and just ramp up as far as the efficiency goes right here. So you can see, nice backdoor cut, even the lock takeover on him right there. I'm able to hit my man. I got the bullet passer on Hall of Fame. I got 96 pass accuracy, all types of stuff like that, 27 playmaking badges. So I'm going to do my best to distribute and get these people involved. My man Mayor is over here helping off the corner again, gets the block. Unfortunately, he's going to pull up right here and miss, but I'm right here for the O board as well as my teammate as well. But I go up for the close shot, low key. I think it was a good shot, but you could make the case that it was pretty contested. It was 24%, and obviously I have 25 close shots, so that might have been a little bit of a questionable take. But either way, bucket goes in. I feel like he was on my back anyway, so I didn't really have to worry about that really going in. But honestly, looking back at the contest that I got on it, low-key could have missed. Anyway, 12-7. You're going to see there were a couple times where there was some rotations going on and some help defense and people getting sagged off on 3 that I was really worried about. You're going to see that really come back and hit us at the end of the game. But right there, I help off. And we were getting really lucky when it comes to our help defense and where we were actually dropping off of people off ball to get some blocks early on in this game. And we were really fortunate to get the blocks as far as our rebounds off of them, as in like get the possession off of the blocks. So 14-7, we're over here dominating these guys at this point. And it's kind of crazy because really, like I said earlier, like you could look at the stat sheet and we were over here down by 2 and we were like literally 2 for 9, 2 for 8, something like that. Boom, interception again. Now I'm going to look to distribute again, hit my man on the cut. This dude was a great cutter and the one was an absolutely great shooter. It's kind of crazy, man. And like I said, you gotta just trust your randoms. You gotta trust them. And again, I don't mean to offend anybody who I might be talking about when I say randoms, because a lot of you guys might play with and against this situation right here where you're loading in with people that you don't know, you're not talking to them in the game. And I understand this is actually something that you guys live out, and I don't really do this very often, so it's very out of my comfort zone to not be, you know, organized and clean on defense and be able to communicate things like that where, you know, at this point in the game it's 18-7. If I were able to communicate to my teammates, I'm saying no threes, let's make sure we're not sagging off on anybody, and let's just make sure that, you know, we're just gonna give up free 2s. Now I get the sharp takeover. I should have shot this shot right here, man. Half court, could have ended the game right there. I do a step back and it like pushes me out of bounds. I literally never have that happen where I could just move back to the middle off of that step back, but here we are. I kind of sold the gameplay off of that right there. It would have been a great video to just end it off with a catch and shoot from the top, but unfortunately didn't get that to work. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there were a couple times late in this game that I was selling a little bit, so I will admit to that 100%. And, you know, one was not shooting that shot at the top of key right there. Right there, I let my guy get past me. Now, again, he could have had me, like, right here, but I just kick it over to the corner right away because I knew I wasn't going to be open. He hits a beautiful quick stop and gets the green with 18%, but it's only a mid-range. So 20-12, and unfortunately this is where another mishap and a miscommunication goes. So my man Mayor, he was low-key helping off the corner a little bit, and I wanted to make sure that he was still covered if Mayor was going to stand in the paint. Now, unfortunately, this all leads to just a big miscommunication between, like, I'm trying to stay in between the two of them, but unfortunately that's just not the case. I should have just committed fully. There's not enough room. Like, these guys are way too spaced out for me to be playing in between the two of them. So unfortunately I just got kind of stuck in the mud right here, and I'll admit to this is my own problem right here. I left him open and he hits the 3 again. 20-15, did not need that, honestly. Again, at this point, like, if you would just give up dunks all day and everybody stays at home, it's really like not that big of a deal in the first place. And I obviously don't want to sell this gameplay. Now, beautiful pass by him, beautiful pass by me. My man Mayor is over here straight green and 3s all day, bro. It's crazy. Like, he low-key kind of got them too by just not running up the court. And now both these guys drop down, and now the rotation comes to me, and then I'm just able to, boom, spam it over to Mayor, and this dude came up clutch so many times in this game. It's ridiculous, bro. Like, the best Pro 1 I've ever seen on this game, straight up. Like, it's kind of crazy. But anyway, you can see my man Mayor is actually going to rep up to Pro 2 off this game right here. Listen, I don't think I'm ever going to play with these guys again. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to communicate with them in the first place, but what a legend. both these guys are absolute legends. And I like to think, like I said, I took a step back, didn't try to go all superstar Hollywood mode on these guys and like over here trying to do spin back threes and like, you know, force fadeaways and stuff like that. I'm gonna sit here and play my role, and I'm gonna do my thing when it comes to the rebounding, the distribution, put the ball in the right hands, and just hope that they can do the right thing with it. Now, a lot of times it came down to really good cuts from him and really good shots from Mayer. Now, it's kind of crazy how he has slash takeover and then JK has sharp when they were doing the complete opposite thing of that. And same with me, I had the sharp takeovers on and literally wasn't doing anything to do with that. But again, phantom steal on the inbound that I wasn't able to get with the passing lane, and then I got an actual passing lane steal. We got both the rebounds off the blocks, which was major, and then again, big with the distribution and great shooting from Mayer, and he had that one mid-range that ended up going in as well that I thought was going to be a three-pointer. But either way, fire gameplay. Shout out to these guys. And again, if you guys want to message Mayer or something like that and tell him that this dude's an absolute legend, shout out to JK as well. But anyway, game is over. I'm sitting here looking at the leaderboards. I'm just going to let this go. I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys see what this is looking like with like every 30-second increment fast forward. But you can see this is updating live. Like, I mean, it's all going up, and you can see at the very end of it, boom, the numbers are sitting at about pretty much, you know, Knights up by about 100. So now the actual event has ended. I'm going to go ahead and just back out and go to the leaderboards for the final. Shout out to everybody who watched the video all the way through. Put Rival in the comments to show your support. You made it all the way through this video to this point. Again, if we get this one to 800 likes in the first 24 hours, I really appreciate that. I don't know how this one's going to do for views, but I absolutely love this video. Like, I just like doing content like this that's, you know, kind of community based, where a lot of times I like to upload the comp gameplays and stuff like that, but this was so cool to like pair up with randoms for one game of this rival day, the only game that I even played in the first place. And I gotta say, do I wish I played this way more? Yes. Now, unfortunately, this was on Sunday, which was like football and all stuff was going on, and I'm obviously trying to watch. So honestly, it is kind of whack how it's on Sunday, literally at noon, and then like all through the midday, and then I finally get back home and it's like, you know, almost over. So it was quite unfortunate that that's the case, but I will say, fire event when, you know, the Sundays are finally over, which really, this is going to happen again in 6 weeks anyway. So it's really not even that big a deal because football season is going to be pretty much over. But I will say, fire event. I'm really looking forward to this in the future and really looking forward to whatever the Knights are able to get when it comes to the actual rewards for winning this. I don't know what it's going to be. I think it's just the courts are going to look different, honestly. I hope there's more to it. I really hope there's more interaction and like interactive stuff that 2K is dropping. Like I said, I mean, if you got the rep rewards are kind of whack, you got the rival day rewards are kind of whack, that's where the unrest of this community comes from in the first place, is just being disappointed by things. All right, now I will say I'm actually really liking the next gen gameplay itself as I play more 2v2 and stay away from the threes. I don't know why, man, but 3v3 gameplay has just been irking me, man. It's just so bad, and I really I just hate it, man. It's bad. But anyway, that's all for the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all the good stuff, blah blah blah, you know the deal. Hope y'all enjoyed. Done that, take it easy, man. Peace.